Greetings, this is Fred Barstein, founder and CEO of TPSU. Just completed a program in Manhattan at the Broadridge's offices on 39th and 3rd Avenue. I'm here with our adjunct lecturer who conducted the program, Brent McElveen. Do I have
Thank
that
you, Fred.
right?
You have it right.
All right, very good. Welcome.
Thank you, Fred.
And okay if we ask you a few questions?
Absolutely.
Okay. Before we do, tell our audience a little bit about yourself and Marsh McLennan.
Sure. So I'm Brett McElveen. I'm one of the senior advisors out of the 350 Madison Avenue office here in New York City. We are part of the Marsh McLennan Agency, which is one of the biggest worldwide agencies that are out there. We're also, what differentiates us is because we are a full service shop. So as you may or may not know, we have quite an extensive service group between health benefits, risk management, as well as fiduciary services when it comes to managing risk of retirement plans.
Very good. So one of the things we talk about always in TPSU and talked about today is the awesome fiduciary responsibility of a plan sponsor to be the prudent expert. And it's overwhelming. So how do you work with your clients to help them to fulfill that?
So I think as we saw with a lot of the guests and plan sponsors who came today, right? Their job is to be a prudent expert as you manage, right? But with all the other workload that they have slapped on their back or on top of their plate, they get overwhelmed, right? So what happens is they try to be the expert when they really aren't the expert.
Sure.
So when we look at the experts that are out there in regards to retirement plans, you have the vendor, you have the third party association, which is called TPA, right? The advisor, right? And then you typically sometimes have accountants, right? That also might play a role right there. And record keepers as well.
Asset managers.
Right, exactly. So the list goes on.
Yeah.
So I would say our advice is really to plan sponsors is there's so much liability attached to being a fiduciary, right? One is legal, the other one's personal liability, right? So the best thing for them to do is to off-take that and to tap into some of the experts, one of them which would be us. Right? The idea there is that even from their vendor, right? Part of the process there is called vendor management.
And when you say vendor, you're talking record keeper?
Record keeper.
Okay, good.
Right. So there's a large menu that a lot of services that these record keepers deploy, right? But what you sometimes see is that really the plan sponsors or the company is not really receiving all the benefit, and not getting all the juice out of the squeeze. Our job as a fiduciary is the liability and to respect that of the client. Right? So our job is to make sure and monitor the vendor or record keeper to make sure that they're doing and optimizing the things that they're supposed to be doing for the client.
Plus reasonable fees.
Exactly, right? Cost and fees and fee structure is super important.
Very good. Final question, this is your first TPSU.
Sure.
Thank you for doing it. Why do you think a plan sponsor should come to a TPSU program?
First off, thank you for having us. This was an excellent experience. But I would say for the people who came today, and we had a great showing, tons of buy-in, right? Lots of questions, a lot of dialogue. That's what makes the day great. The more you put into it, the more you get out of it. So the one thing I would say is, I know that we had a couple people in there that were repeat goers of TPSU because they felt that the knowledge that they were gaining was so great. And they were stepping into this new position of a new fiduciary assignment, right? So you could see the nervousness, the liability. So I would say that areas based on between me, other keynote speakers, we had an all-star group of panelists today that this is the one place where they get to meet and greet and ask questions from all the industry experts all in one room. So if you saw by even the takeaway questions, they were asking such a wide array of questions that really were near and dear to their heart, what they were concerned about. And you could see even by the last meeting of the day, right, where we talked about the ideal plan, people walked out of here feeling so much more confident. There were smiles on their faces,
Right.
And they gave just a ton of feedback. So I think it's a great way for plan sponsors to equip themselves while saying yes to TPSU when they can walk out different than when they came.
Well, great. Well, thank you for your time today.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate
And
it.
Thank you for watching 401k TV. Please stay tuned.